Hello, everyone. Welcome to Moon Mage. This is weekly tarot messages. Pick a message. I always tell everybody to give themselves a second to feel into which message is speaking to you. That way you're using your own intuition to discern what it is that you need to know or understand as you move into your week ahead. And the concept and idea around this is that you are, one, using your intuition, and two, pulling in on the energies that are either available to you or that could be challenging so that you can hopefully navigate your week ahead in the best possible way. I think it's very important that we use our intuition for these things. So give yourself a second to feel into messages 1 through 4 and see which one is speaking to you. I also tell everybody that regardless of the dates that these weekly reads come out with, when you land on them is when you were meant to hear them. So don't get too caught up if you find yourself on a video that was from weeks ago. The energies that will be coming into play are what matter for you at that time. So it's not a big deal. So again, give yourself a second to feel into messages 1 through 4, and I'll get started here with message number 1. Hello, message 1. What do my beautiful message 1 choosers need to know is coming up for them? Okay, that was the bottom card. Ooh, commitment. Accept a position that helps you build lasting security, long-term stability. Okay, so it does sound more like making a commitment to a job or an opportunity that is going to bring about more stability. It could be on the cards for you, literally, moving forward this week. But for others, because of those rings, this could be suggesting that there's some sort of commitment that needs to be made or that you're going to be offered by way of relationship. I do think that for more of you, it's looking like something to do with job, career advancement. And this does say that you will build lasting security. But let's be honest, that could absolutely be true in a relationship where it's like, let's move in together. Let's get engaged. Let's have the hard conversation about our future together. And if it's showing up like this, there's a suggestion that this is a good thing to commit yourself to, this person or this situation, right? Accepting a position that helps you build lasting security. Yeah, long-term stability. That's a great card to see. Okay, let's see what else is coming out with that. Also, sometimes when we just choose, even when it's difficult, it makes us feel better. It's one less thing for us to be thinking about or making a decision around. Okay. That's going to be way too many cards there, so I'm going to redo that. All right. Universe. This feels like you're being backed up by the universe. Like the universe is bringing you this energy and opportunity. Okay, sacral chakra in the challenge position, suggesting that emotionally there's some dissonance here. There's some frustration. It does feel like having a hard time making a decision, maybe overthinking situations, or maybe not fully trusting. Should I commit to this thing? Is this right for me? With that universe card coming out in the first position next to the overall energy of it's time to make this commitment and accepting things. Yes, energy being a good idea for you. It's about relieving the tension held in that sacral chakra energy center, the emotional dissonance, maybe not feeling enough. This could be potentially connected to self-esteem. It could also just be that emotionally feeling all over the place and imbalanced. You would probably do well to give yourself over to a little bit of sacral chakra clearing before making any big decisions, even though this is strongly looking like, yes, you're going in the right direction. It is time to make this commitment, and the universe has your back in this. Like you're being supported. It was brought to you. It does feel like that. Oh, wow. Okay, base chakra. So your bottom 2 chakras needing a little bit work, feeling off, feeling unstable, ungrounded, like you're not feeling that sense of security. A lot of maybe overthinking, worry, fear, emotionally all over the place. Should I energy is what I'm feeling for you guys. But again, I'm going to come back to the fact that the universe energy is showing up in the main overarching position next to it's time to make a commitment, and that it will bring long-term stability, lasting security. It's a good energy for you to lean into. It's a good opportunity. It's yes energy. I know I keep saying the same thing, but it feels like you've had a hard time or are going to have a hard time making this decision for yourself with like anxious fears or worries and what if energy. So just be careful of that. 2s and 1s too, because we've got 21, 2, and 1 important for you guys. I think there's something to that energy. Okay. Yeah. Trapped in fear. Wow. Yes. Okay. So, and fear, right? Fear is a strong emotion held in that sacral chakra, acting as a block or a stop where it's like overthinking, delays, really leaning into the hard aspects of the potentials around this situation, this opportunity, the what if I lose myself to this relationship? What if this isn't the right position for me to take? What if I can't do it? What if it doesn't pay? What if I lose? Like what if? But there's a strong energy here of it is time to make a commitment to either this person or this place, and the universe has your back. It feels like it was a fated event that this was going to happen. It's happening for you, not to you. And it is your thoughts, worries, and fears and emotional dissonance that's causing the problem here. And it is time to face that fear, look it in the eye, and get decisive with this, because it's causing you to feel all over the place and out of sorts, not grounded, not centered, not trusting yourself that you're going to make the right decisions for you. But again, long-term stability, lasting security. And it's not bad or wrong, message 1, for you to want to ebb back and go within and make sure that you're feeling connected to this commitment in a good way, in a positive way, body, mind, soul. But notice that if it's your thoughts are taking over, and if you're only leaning into the fears, into the what ifs, because that's something entirely different. That's ego, not intuition. So I will say, I think doing some chakra alignment meditations would be a good idea for you, focused on the root and the sacral, to help you clear your mind and overthinking. Because this is very opportunistic energy, and it definitely feels good and positive for you. And fated. That word keeps swirling around in my mind. It was fated. It was always going to show up for you. But lots of fears here for you guys. Be the real you. There could be a little bit of imposter syndrome here for some of you too. The greatest power comes from being who you truly are. Don't let anyone sway you from expressing your authentic self. Feeling quelched, feel almost like in that throat chakra too, like I can't express how I'm really thinking or feeling. There's a lot of fear energy here. But the only way forward is through and to express yourself and to be the real you in this situation. And I think, just trust and believe in yourself too, especially if this is not a romantic thing for some of you, and it is, you're being offered an opportunity and you're feeling less than, or like that imposter syndrome energy, like what if I can't do it? What if, trapped in fear, lest you miss this thing that's actually really good for you, right? Because that universe energy wants to see you believing in you, trusting in you, being the real you. There's no other way to show up in this situation than authentically. I felt compelled to look at the bottom card, and it says, embrace this magical moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. Yes, it is really happening for you, message 1, and not to you. I understand that as a human, this is likely bringing up fears, imposter syndromes, potentially some self-esteem issues, causing you to feel ungrounded and emotionally all over the place because of that fear energy that's rising within you. You've got this. Be your authentic self, trust and believe in what you bring, what you offer. The universe has your back. You're being very supported in this situation. You can do this, and this is why it's showing up for you at this time. Again, whether this is in job, career, or in an emotional commitment, it's happening for you, and the timing is right, and you've really got this. That's what it feels like. You just have to believe this. You just have to work on moving this fear energy out. Okay, I am going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week, and give yourself time at the start of this week to clear this energy, get grounded, clear that emotional sacred, and really up-level your self-belief and trust in yourself that you're going in the right direction, that you've got this. All right, guys, take care. Hello, message 2. Oh, wow. I was going to say, what do my beautiful message 2s need to know? That's 3 cards. That's too many, so we're not going to take that. All right. Message 2. Multiple options. Hey, maybe that's why there was 3 cards that fell out. You have many opportunities to see what works best. Have fun with it. Multiple options. Yes. Lots of opportunistic energy coming your way. You know what's funny is I'm being reminded of something I said in another video, and I don't remember which one it was now, but I was talking about somebody who's a polymath, which is somebody who has many gifts and talents, and the way that they utilize them is completely up to them. It's like the universe created this canvas and says, you can pull in any one of these things, gifts, talents, opportunities. It's up to you. We don't have it fated yet. You decide which path, and then we're going to show up and help you with it. It feels like that for you guys. Many talents, many gifts. How you choose to use them is up to you. Try not to make the decisions around this so serious. Just have fun. Be playful and joyful at whatever you choose. Multiple options. Yeah. Lots of opportunities to see what's going to work best for you. Have fun with it. Frame it as this joyful, adventurous thing that you get to do, that you get to decide. Okay. I'm having this. I felt compelled to look at the bottom card for you guys because those 3 cards did fall out at the very start. And it says bright ideas. Go where your input is most valued and rewarded. Envision your future. You know what I love about this? Envision your future. What feels really good? Yes, you have lots of gifts and talents. You have a lot of things that you could do, hobbies, gifts, talents that you could turn into something or just lean into more because they're a part of your soul's blueprint. What feels the best? When you look into your future and you give yourself over to thinking and feeling that way, what are you doing? Start there if you're worried about having to choose and it's been difficult to decide. Just giving yourself over to like almost creating a mental movie in your mind. Who am I with? What am I doing? What does my bank account look like? How much fun am I having? What am I creating? Like it's that kind of energy, being really playful with it. I'm feeling like I shouldn't over shuffle these for you guys. Let's just end that there. Transformation. Yeah. You're moving through transformative energy where it's like, you know, that butterfly, becoming the butterfly, coming out of the cocoon, being seen more, shining brightly, showing the world what you've got. I almost feel like you could surprise people with the many gifts and talents that you have. Either way, you're starting with making some choices, having fun with these choices, and then knowing that this creates massive transformation for you in your life. It feels really positive. Sacrifice. Okay. And now we've got the number 13 and 12. So we're kind of going backwards a bit. Sacrifice energy. This could be something that holds you up or holds you back in some kind of way where maybe you're going into the energy of what sacrifices will I have to make, or what sacrifices will the people I love and care around feel like they have to make in order for me to move forward and do these things that I want to do or try these things that I want to try. This sacrificial energy is also likely something that a lot of my message twos have found themselves in a lot, where you've sacrificed your joy, your wants, your desires for a very long time. And it's been challenging for you to come out of that sacrificial energy. But I really feel like it's time, message two. You have transformative energy coming up. You've kind of got the world at your feet and many things that you could do with the gifts and talents that you possess. I feel like I need to say it's your time. I get the sense that a lot of my message to choosers are very likely givers, empaths, people who are used to helping others and being of service to others in many ways, and often putting yourself on the back burner. But that sacrifice energy, I feel like, be careful of the sacrifices that you make or continue to make. And also just this energy of it's time for some of you to move out of that sacrificial energy. and make yourself a priority. Like she's standing there with her hands in prayer and that rainbow coming down on her, like it's your time to shine. Trapped in fear. Yeah, fears of what? Fears of the sacrifices that you could have to make, or that your friends and family might see you differently or not be able to rely on you in the same way. I don't know why I'm feeling like that for some of you, but I do think it's a thing. And, fear of making the wrong decision, I think, for some of you. I do have a lot of options. I do have a lot of bright ideas, as that card on the bottom said. I don't know which to choose. Start with that visualization. What are you doing in your future? When you're in your quiet moments, putzing about your day, what are you thinking about? What is the thing that you find yourself fantasizing and dreaming about when no one knows, when no one's looking, no one has any idea what's going on in that mind of yours? When you allow yourself daydream time, what are the things that you are doing? What is your life looking like? Because start there with making decisions about what's going to be best for you. But again, it goes back to that you have so many opportunities to see what's best for you to do or to move towards. And the best way to go about this message too is to just have fun with it. Be joyful with it. It's sort of like you can't choose wrong. I really feel like that's the thing for my message too. Is you can't choose wrong because you do have so many options and gifts. Okay, disruption. And under that sacrifice energy, disruptive energy, sacrificial energy, where has this energy been showing up for you over and over again in your life? How might you be disrupting your own self from making that transformation happen? How has it caused you to retreat backwards so that rather than making a choice, we just stay in, well, I can't because? It feels like that with this disruptive energy. And also that there could be a little bit of a block in the heart for some of you, not listening to your heart and allowing your heart's wisdom to take the lead in some kind of way. And I really feel like it's time. Like this disruptive sacrificial energy needs to come to an end for my group twos. And I think that fear, right, is held in that heart space, that what if energy that was showing up in message 1 a little bit too. But you're coming into transformational energy where it's sort of like the world is really at your feet and you have so many options available to you, so many opportunities that could open up. But just follow your heart's wisdom. Whatever feels best is the area, is the path to follow. And remember too, message 2, that for some of you, it could look like one thing to begin with, but then you could be amalgamating all these other gifts and talents and bringing them into one big thing. And I do think that's going to happen for some of you, even if you can't see how right now. Where there is a will, there is a way. But yeah, I think a lot of you have had disruptive energy, had to make a lot of sacrifices. I think some of you are still energetically in that space. And also just a heads up, for some of you, if there's disruptive energy coming in, be mindful of not going into that sacrificial energy. It's just a blip or a bump. Don't let the fear of it, override and overrule the energy or momentum that's picking up for transformation for you in your life. Okay. There's so much transformative and opportunistic energy showing up for a lot of people in the month of May. Astrologically speaking, too, the stars really have aligned for a lot of us to move towards new things. But of course, fear of what we don't know and what we can't see holds a lot of us back. And I think that you're no exception here, message 2. But the time is ripe for you. Prioritize self-care. There it is. You do so much for others. It's time for you to experience the love you deserve and let others help you. Yes. No longer being the sacrificial lamb. You matter. Your wants and desires matter. You need to make you a priority right now. Give yourself over to dreaminess, to daydreaming, to envisioning a life that you want, to manifesting for yourself, to leaning in on all these beautiful gifts that you have to offer. I feel like they will be of service in some way to humanity, like whether it's in a small way or a big way, doesn't really matter. You definitely are an empath. You definitely are somebody who puts yourself aside for the sake of all others, but the tides are turning. It's time to make you a priority. Very, very much connected to what we were talking about up here. I also want to say, message 2, no one will suffer if you ebb back on all the things that you typically do for them. Like they will figure it out. I'm definitely getting like mom, dad energy here as well for some of you. Yeah, it's time to make you a priority. I can't really say it any other way. And this says it the best. You do so much for others. It's time for you to stop making sacrifices and make yourself a priority. Yeah. All right. I felt like there was something that I needed to say, but it's okay. It's not coming. So I'm going to leave that there. And I really hope all of you have a beautiful week and prioritize yourself in all kinds of ways. Message 2, because it's time for you to. Have a great week. Take care, guys. Hello, message 3. What do my beautiful message 3 choosers need to know? What's showing up for them energetically this week? Okay, we've got bountiful career. Keep growing in knowledge and plant your ideas. Convert seeds to profits. Wow. So this always makes me feel like it isn't time to just be sitting on the ideas that you have and thinking about them or overthinking them. It's time to act. So action oriented, your ideas are good. They are sound. They are divinely sent, so that you do actually see that yourself doing something with these ideas. Like they hold their weight in water. Is that how you say that? It doesn't matter. Keep growing in knowledge and plant your ideas. Convert seeds to profits. Yeah, the more that you're learning and knowing, and it feels like it's growing ideas within you. Like, oh, I've just learned this thing, and what I could do with that. This. It's like your spirit guides and the universe kind of like nudging you and going, yes, follow that lead. Now act on it. Do something with it. It's going to bring about bountiful things for you, right? Converts seeds to profits. So this could be something entrepreneurial, or where you're leading something in a job aspect at a career, and you could see your ideas be the thing that causes your business or place of business to see more profits, to see more bounty. And it feels like there could be recognition and rewards on the other side of that for you. Either way, the main message here is to trust the ideas that are coming your way and in the knowledge that you've gained, and start acting on them. Don't sit on them. All right. Message 3. Wow. Prosperity begins. Look at that. And there it is, planting a seed in the dirt. That goes so well with, convert seeds to profits. Yeah. Trust in these ideas and these nudges that you're getting. This is just really reiterating what the main message, the main energy that's showing up for you is saying. You will see prosperity, but you must follow these ideas that you have. You must believe in them. And I also think keep gaining more knowledge and wisdom, especially where you feel like, oh, I had this, I learned this, I had this idea, but I'm not sure about that. Keep leaning in, right? Part of action is learning more, right? So that you can convert these seeds into profits. Look at this 1, and now you've got a 1. And it's the base chakra showing up for you. So staying grounded. Also, this is connected to security, our foundation, prosperity, abundance. The root chakras always connect to that. It is coming out in the challenge. So there might be some fear here that you're holding on to about, can this thing really grow into profits? Can I make this happen? This might be entrepreneurial spirits coming through for some of you as well. Like if you've been trying to cultivate your own business. This is what I'm trying to say. But for others, I do think that you're just in a career where you have the best ideas to grow the business and have the business become very profitable. Prosperity begins. And you've got 1, right? 1. It's like a gateway, walking through a gateway, an energetic gateway into prosperity as well, right? With that bountiful career at the center of these 2 1s. But stay grounded and stay centered. Notice when you feel like you're, maybe swirling or kind of going off. the beaten path. I feel like it's really important for my group 3 choosers to stay as present and in your body as possible. So some grounding chakra work would be a really good idea for you. Meditations, just walking barefoot in the grass, nature walks, eating root vegetables surprisingly helps us stay more grounded and rooted in ourselves. Funny, because I noticed that pumpkin, right, grows up from the ground as well. Lots of need to stay grounded and present in your belief, in your trust in yourself, and following these ideas, because yeah, it's going to bring massive prosperity for you. Sacrifice. Wow. Some of the same cards have been showing up. Sacrifice. Where might you need to make sacrifices in order to see this thing grow? I feel like that's part of the message, right? Because it's wisdom and guidance from spirit. And where might you be making sacrifices that you shouldn't be? So there's 2 messages when it comes to this direct piece of guidance from spirit. Where are you being sacrificial that you might need to give more of your time and energy towards, like maybe following those ideas and making sure that you're watering those seeds so they grow into that bountiful prosperity? And where might you need to make some sacrifices? Like, it's kind of like feeling like both things for you. Some of you might need to make sacrifices in this area of life in order to see this thing grow, and others might be mindful of where you're making sacrifices, because it's pulling your energy away from what you could be doing, seeing. Hopefully that makes sense. Ooh, temptation. Okay, this is definitely a heads up for you guys from the universe. Temptation, it's like tempted to hit the panic button, to go backwards, to not trust yourself, to not lean in. I'm starting to think that the sacrifice is about, don't sacrifice your ideas or your wants and desires because success isn't quick enough, or because things aren't happening fast enough for you, or you might want to go backwards or give up on something or let go of something. It feels like that, right? This is connected to the devil card. So being tempted to hit that panic button, go backwards and not trust, feels like a big part of the message and a big heads up from spirit to say, be careful here. Don't do that. Don't be tempted to go backwards, to give in, to give up, to let go, because you have so many good things that are arising as a result of effort, hard work, things that you've learned, creative ideas and inspirations that have been shipped your way. And it really is time to act on them and do something with them and trust it. It really, really feels like it could be quite positive for you guys, so long as you don't lean into that temptation. Okay, I just looked at the bottom card here and it says positive movement forward. Yes, especially, I feel like this is especially true if some of you feel like, gosh, nothing's been happening. This thing feels stagnant and stuck. And now I'm having this fear around my sense of stability and security. And what if this doesn't work? And it's like, no, you're making all the right moves. There is positive movement forward, even if you can't quite see it yet. And 8 is connected to the number of abundance. So just saying there, message 3, it really does feel like prosperity is on the other side of the hard work you've been doing, the knowledge you've been gaining. It's just time to act on these things and trust in it, and be very mindful of going backwards and hitting that panic button, right? Being tempted to kind of say, okay, no, I'm out because I'm afraid, essentially. Look at that. So you've got keep growing in knowledge and plant your ideas, and it converts seeds to profits. And then we've got trust the guidance you're receiving. Yeah, definitely an energy of, I'm not sure I can trust this. I have some fear here about around my security and stability, but you should let that go as best as you can, because you're doing all the right things. You just need to keep doing them. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. I am also present to clear away your worries so you can trust your divine guidance. Yes, right. And I feel like, Spirit came in to give you a heads up that this week might see you feeling a little bit more nervous, a little bit more worried, a little bit more untrusting, where you are tempted to hit that panic back button and go backwards rather than keep moving forward, which I feel like is the big overall message for you guys. Trust your divine guidance. I'm just going to read that one more time. Trust the divine, oh my gosh, I can't talk. Trust the guidance you're receiving. Archangel Uriel has blessed you with a brilliant epiphany. I am also present to clear away your worries so you can trust your divine guidance. Yes, ask Archangel Uriel, and I think Michael too, because Michael helps us to feel safe and protected, to come in and ground you in the feeling of safety and trust, and help you to let go of these worries and fears so that you're not tempted to go backwards. Keep going forward. All right. I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope that you guys all have an amazing, beautiful week. Take care, guys. Hello, message 4. What do my beautiful message 4 choosers need to know moving through this week, rather? What energy is showing up for them? Ooh, creative work. Use your inspiration to find ways to make more money. Express your genius. So if this is showing up for you, some of you might have a talent or a knack for writing or anything to do with words, where you're very good at expressing things through words. Maybe you even had an idea for a book or a blog, and this would be your yes energy around that. Either way, it's time to express your genius with your communication style in some way. And use any inspiration that's been coming through for you guys as a way to lean in and say yes. Sorry, let me just reiterate that. Use your inspiration to find ways to make more money, it says. So what I was trying to say here is that this creative genius that you have, this way that you have with words and expression, absolutely has the potential to create financial prosperity for you in some way. Even if it starts out in small ways, it's sort of like, if you've had this idea already, yes, keep going with it. You're on the right track. You were divinely guided to this thing. Blah. I probably should have done a throat chakra cleansing before I did today's reading, and I usually do, but when I don't, I can tell the difference. Jeez, I apologize, message 4. Bumpy and all over the place. Heart chakra. Immediately I'm noticing the number 4 too. That could be significant for some of you. It could be that you receive messages or divine wisdom, nudges, guidance through the number 4. Either way, heart chakra energy. So leading with your heart, listening to your heart. I feel for you guys, right? Because inspiration usually does come through the heart first before it moves to the rest of our chakra system and through our body and up into our minds. Leaning in this energy, making sure that it's very clear and open, because if some of you haven't received an inspiration around something to do with this creative work, especially by way of communication, you're about to. And I feel like the universe is saying, be very open to this. It's a yes energy. We want you to lean in and trust this guidance that's coming for you and do something with it. But your heart must be clear and ready to receive. Look at that truth. And it's in the challenge position. So I almost wonder if some of you just don't feel the truth of this inspiration, or you're feeling like, I almost need evidence or proof that if I do this thing and move towards this in this direction, that it's actually going to be beneficial for me. And I think this is actually kind of saying, weigh the truth of what you feel. Right? It should resonate within your heart and in your body, even before it goes up into your mind. So this ability to see the truth around something, I think, is going to be very important. Listening to your heart as though it is speaking the truth and trusting that it is. A lack of trust comes to me here too for you guys that maybe needs to be looked at and sorted. Oh my goodness. Yep. Crown. So, and number 7, crown chakra. Listening to the truth. I think that maybe some of you have been blocking this divine wisdom and guidance that's been showing up for you, not trusting it, maybe thinking it's egoic and not intuitive. It is intuitive. Your intuition has been dropping breadcrumbs and giving you inspiration, and I don't think that you've been trusting it, not seeing the truth of it. Fear around it, not allowing it to move through that system and down into your heart so that your heart expands it and says, yes, yes, say yes, this is the way, go for it, do it. You're receiving accurately. This is true for you. make it happen. So I would suggest for my message for choosers to do some clearing of the heart and the crown, maybe just do full on chakra alignment clearing with a focus on these energy centers, because inspiration, even if it hasn't come yet, it's about to, and you're being asked to trust it and to follow it and to lean in and do the things that you're being guided to do, to follow the inspiration. And I also think just trust and believe that you can do this thing. Like I feel like a wordsmith energy for my group 4 choosers. You're a wordsmith. You're good with words, whether you believe that or not, or trust that or not. You have a way of saying things and communicating things that really land on people in the best way. Yep. So mental conflict, right? Being stuck in the left brain, overanalyzing, overthinking, which when we have that much noise going on in our minds, and what if energy and anxiousness and just the monkey mind going on and on and on, we can't hear spirit. We can't hear the truth. We can't hear the divine wisdom and follow it. And we can't trust it, right? We can't even begin to allow it to hit our heart space and expand into something beautiful where we're like, I see what I need to do and I'm going to be able to do this thing. And I feel like this is your big heads up from spirit and the universe this week saying, clear this heart and mind space out. If you haven't received this inspiration around creative work, here it is. Yes, you should do this. You should express your genius in this way. It can bring about prosperity for you down the line. Believe and trust this. And notice when you're going into overthinking mode, because it's going to act as a block and cause you to be stagnant and not do more with this energy and this inspiration that's being shipped your way. For some of you, I think you've already received it. And this is just spirit and the universe's way of confirming, yes, this is accurate. This is true. Keep moving towards this thing and make something happen with it. And for others, I just feel like it's your heads up that it's coming, and that your immediate thought might be to not trust it, to overthink the situation and not see the truth of it. Yes. Okay. I'm going to pull one final message here for you guys. You know what's funny? Someone will have to let me know in the comments if you chose message 4, whenever it is that you happen to see this. Something strange that I'm feeling is, because it's creative work and we're talking about expressing genius. We've got that typewriter there. We're thinking communication, but it's funny because for someone out there, because this is general, I'm getting this idea of somebody who's really good at quotes and saying things that are positive and motivational that really hit home and people just love, but then having this creative spin on it, like by way of a canvas or a sign to put in your house. I don't know. Let me know if somebody here chose this message and you're like, that's exactly what I want to do. I'm great with quotes. I'm great at sayings. And I have this idea or concept of putting them on signs and selling them. I don't know. That's very specific. And obviously that's not going to resonate with all of you. But I feel like for someone, if that's an idea you've had, but you're talking yourself out of it, or you're thinking, no, it's a saturated thing, lots of people do that, I feel like you should go for it. So random. But for others, I think this is broader and bigger, like by way of blogs, books, even just somebody who communicates your wisdom and knowledge to others in some way, in a beautiful way. You should be doing it. I got so sidetracked from that, guys, that I grabbed the wrong deck of cards. Oh my goodness. Message 4. My apologies. This is the deck for your final message. All right. Yeah. Be a light to others. I think I just said that somebody communicates things to others that helps others in some way. This is likely a message for some of you. Be a light to others. You have a powerful message to share. Wow. Shine your light in the world so that others can learn from you. I literally just said that after talking about this imagery I was getting about creating signs and quotes and inspiration. And then I said for others, you could be communicating something that people will benefit from, that they'll learn from. That's definitely another message for some of you. Maybe you have like life coach energy, or I just have so much wisdom about how to move through life in a better way. to be that person for others by the way that I speak and the things that I have to share through communication. So for those of you who are feeling that energy and have been called to do that, but maybe you're second guessing yourself or your ability, this is your yes energy. You are that light for others. You have a powerful message to share. Shine your light on the world so that others can learn from you. Wow. Beautiful message for you guys. And then on the bottom here, it says, trust in your divine purpose. This experience has divine meaning. Healing will come. Know that you are on a path of growth. Yeah. So almost too, I get a sense maybe for some of you, something didn't work out and now you're maybe second guessing everything or not fully trusting in the truth of what you thought. This energy is starting to shift and turn around for you. And it's time to lean into your creative, communicative talents and gifts. All right, guys, I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope all of you have the most amazing, beautiful week and trust any divine downloads that are coming your way and know that there's truth behind it. Okay, have a great week, guys. Take care.